often people say, I fell into a daydream, saw a movie reel of an episode in my childhood where a pain point happened, where trauma happened, and I saw from another point of view this unravel, and I was able to forgive who wounded me. I was able to forgive myself.
What if the best chapter of your life hasn't even begun yet? What lies within you is the power to live brighter, bolder, and truer than ever before. So welcome to Vivatude, where caregiving, connections, and career come into balance, and where your vitality, vision, and voice shines through. Because the revolution isn't out there, it's already within you. Welcome to Vivatude.
And we're back with my guest, Laura Lee Robear of the Cuyamungue Institute. This is a place where people have been studying for years. How do we access altered states of consciousness by using ancient practices that have been documented, studied academically? And so, Laura, you're going to tell us a little bit about how people have healed, have had profound experiences from these results, right?
Healing is one of the categories of the various postures. We use about 150 now that we've found. And some of these we find in cultures over and over and over and over and over through time. And let's talk about healing. This is a show about well being. Let me start by saying that, yes, it has been studied academically. We're working with husband and wife team of anthropologists at the University of Missouri, Todd and Christine Van Poel. And we record our sessions. We offer these free and open to everyone. And we record and we let people know the results of this. You're explaining your spirit journeys afterwards. We are documenting these and we may be sharing these with researchers on various projects because we are a 501c3 educational research organization. That's our mission, one of our missions. Dispense this widely. It benefits so many people. And also, we want to continue our research. And before I tell you about some of the healing aspects, some of the actual journeys about healing, let me just say that one of the second paper that we've published academically with the Van Pools was about the different categories. So we've gave Todd here some typical journeys anonymously of four different categories of the postures we use. And he focused on the healing for one. And he said, when I look at and I categorize the elements of these journeys, looking at hundreds, he said 59% of the healing category, people said the word healing in their recounting of it. We can describe healing in many different ways, but he only used the word healing that came up spontaneously. And people don't know the category. They don't know anything about these postures. We're just saying, hey, hold it like this, hold it like this, hold it like this. Those are different postures. And we don't say anything about them. So we're not leading you into the type of experience that you may have. It is just really what's delivered, what you receive, this vision and what happens. And then we show you afterwards, hey, here's what it is, here's photographs of the originating artifacts, etc. So this is pretty, and it's because of that the Van Pools say we can utilize this data from you. You're not leading. And so the majority of people saying, hey, healing, but healing comes in other ways too. We find emotional resolution or physical pain can come up in certain areas of the body, and then people go, oh, I did have an injury there long ago. It's activated, it feels hot, it feels like something's going on, and then that resolves. And then this beautiful, cool rush of energy comes in, and people feel this happening. People feel this on a number of ways, physiologically, emotionally, kinesthetically, or certain things can unwind. Often people say, I fell into a daydream, saw a movie reel of an episode in my childhood where a pain point happened, where trauma happened, and I saw from another point of view this unravel, and I was able to forgive who wounded me. I was able to forgive myself. I felt an agent come in to embrace me, often a goddess, to embrace me, to hold me, to appease my inner child, to tell me it's okay. And then all of that trauma resolved. It can happen in that way as well. I have had spontaneous experiences. I don't go into this saying I'm going to have a soul retrieval, but that has happened to me. I've described that happened to me, and a little piece comes in and hits me in the chest, and I recognize it as that lost piece of my inner child. And it's coming home, and I'm holding it as though I'm the mother and the child. God is that standing behind me to welcome all of this, to guide this. It's just extraordinary the different ways where healing can happen. It can also be a little bit, we could say, violent. You can be ripped up. Bear spirit comes forth and rips you from head to toe, splits you open, lays you on a table, tinkers around, swallows you whole, spits you out. And then something happens, some adjustment happens, you're put back anew before the end of our 15 minutes of drumming, and you feel resolved. It can happen in so many different ways, this process of healing.
That is phenomenal. And I love what you said that you don't show the actual artifact. And when you say artifact, it's either a drawing or a statue or something like that, correct?
Yes.
Of
Mhm.
different poses. Can you give me an example of a couple of poses? But I don't want to digress too much. But you don't show the people the actual artifact. You show them how to put their body in the pose. And then they go through the experience. And then when they come out the other side, you show them the artifact. Is that right?
Well, first we go around the circle and we share experiences and we record all of that. And
Okay.
so people are talking about what happened in that journey. Often heat can arise in the body, and that means some part of it is activated. People have said, I had to open my eyes to see if my feet really were on fire. So heat is an indicator of being deep in trance, for example, and that something is working on the body. People are having experiences of flying through the universe, traveling through the universe, going deep underground, going through wormholes up into the cosmos. All the while, they're standing very still in a posture. And so, what's interesting in the healing, particularly, is that these experiences also show up and are felt in the physical body as well. So we're in two places at once. When we say we have a foot in two realms simultaneously, that is our experience. We can also feel like a tiny, tiny point, but the vast universe simultaneously. We can feel these juxtapositions. We can feel like I am here, and yet I'm part of Mother Earth. I feel as big as Mother Gaia. I feel the processes of nature happening. I am witnessing um, so much beyond our physical body. So these boundaries dissolve momentarily, and we become much more expanded. Um,
I
oh,
love
you asked about postures. I'll show you some of the healing postures, but I won't name them. This is a healing posture
Okay.
right over the navel. This is a healing posture. Hand over heart, hand over navel. Um, gosh, what various different heal. I'll show you those too. Those are some of the most powerful of our healing postures.
I love it. And this is, as a 501(c)(3), this is something you offer for free. Anybody can join. Is that right?
We have in-person workshops that we've taught around the world, but also weekly we host Zoom sessions that any and everybody can join in. And you'll get a bit of an introductory lecture if you join us Saturdays at noon Eastern. And we have people around the world that join in. So you'll meet an international, very vibrant community.
I love it. Well, when we come back, we're going to ask Laura Lee about some tips on things that our listeners can do at home. How can you access some of these altered states of consciousness naturally through the use of your own body and these ancient postures and practices? So stay tuned. This is Vivatude. We'll be right back.
And thanks for listening to Vivatude. 4 hosts, one each week. We help you revivitude your next chapter because purpose, passion, and prosperity isn't out there. They're already within you. Brighter, bolder, truer. Vivatude.